and I call this the semi-success story. But one of the most unpleasant parts of my role in human resources was the part I had to play in terminations of employees. And sometimes this was long-term employees. Well, we had to terminate an employee for attendance and performance probably 2.5 years prior to this happening. And I was in a store, walking through the store one day, and this employee that I'd played a role in dismissing walked around the corner and ran face to face with me. He said, "Greg Gilbert, I've been thinking about you." And my mind's thinking, I hope there wasn't a firearm or an explosive device close by when you were thinking about me. And I didn't say that, but he said, he held his hand out. He said, "I've been meaning to call you, and I want to thank you for your role in dismissing me." He said, "I had a drinking problem." He said, "That was all my fault. No one else is accountable for anything that went on other than me." And he said, "I need to call my boss and my boss's boss." And we talked about different things and everything. He said, "My life is going good now." He said, "I haven't had a drink in 2 years. He said, "Now I've got a job now." He said, "I'm not making the money I was in my other job, but," he said, life is good." He said, "I'm a better father and husband." He said, "A better employee." He said, "I just want to thank you for your involvement." That's not a conversation you have very, very often. In fact, never. That's the one I've had in my life. But as I left him, it really hit me. I thought back to how everything transpired in that situation. He and his crew, they got a new boss about a year prior to his dismissal. This new boss looked at his performance, looked at his results, and knew something was wrong. And he started addressing the problem. And he took him through the levels of discipline. He made the EAP referrals and things like that. At the time, we didn't know if he had a drinking problem or not. But this manager did all the right things to correct the problem, and the employee did not correct it. And it led to his dismissal. A very, very unfortunate 25-year employee. Well, I remembered after I met him how I had looked back into his record after his dismissal. And he had worked for this one supervisor for like 5 years prior to this. And at one time in this employee's career, they were a great, great employee. But something happened probably 3 years prior to the new supervisor stepping in. And the reason I call this a semi-success story is the supervisor that he had he started addressing the problems, the attendance problems and the performance problems, when they first started, we could have salvaged an employee's career. I don't know. That's a what if, and I don't like what if games or anything like that. But it was very, very obvious that these problems did not start the day that the new supervisor got in that crew. The problems had been present for nearly 3 years prior to that, but went unaddressed. And a lot of things I'm going to talk about is our job as a supervisor is we turn our head. We allow things to go. We're tolerant of things. We let things slide. We'll say they fix themselves, and they don't. And the reason I want to bring that out is how important it is as a supervisor. What a difference could have happened in an employee's life had we addressed that problem earlier on. At our company, we had an employee assistance program. We made referrals, but was it too late? I don't know. Had that supervisor who knew him all along said, "Something's changed," and this is a dialogue I'll share with you quite a few times today. I don't know if there's something going in your life that is influencing your ability to perform your work in a satisfactory manner, but if there is, please take advantage of our employee assistance program. If you have one in-house, or refer them outside. Take advantage. Get some help. because this is where you are, this is where I need you to be, and this is what will occur if you don't achieve those results. Had that first supervisor done that quickly and initially before it got too bad, we might have could have saved it. I may not have had that dialogue. I may not have been part of that dismissal. The reason I call that a semi-success story is that this employee took responsibility for what was going on in his life. He didn't blame it on anyone else. He took full responsibility and accountability, and he had turned his life around. But I always go back to, what if we, as a management team, had done what we're paid to do, what we're supposed to do? Could that person still be an employee of our company? So that's the semi-success story, and I'll refer back to that many times today. This is Greg signing off. Yeah.